is what the kids love these days. Gotta get birthday presents. What are all these things? Okay, so it's the last day we're here in Venice. We were looking at places in Venice, Santa Monica, West Hollywood. And so it was really cool. Yesterday I got a full day of work in and was talking with clients. And man, I can't tell you how nice it is when you're outdoors. You got a breeze, you can see palm trees and the ocean. And there's always themes when I'm working with clients. And so the theme of yesterday was how to leapfrog, whether it was in their business and they're trying to kind of squeeze out 1%, 2%, 5%. And I'm like, okay, how can we leapfrog? Asking a better question. Or another guy, you know, he's an executive and he's thinking about, okay, how do I get that promotion? And I said, instead of thinking that way, what if you asked a different question? How could I leapfrog ahead? How could I double my income versus just getting that 10% raise every year? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all about the Kaizen. I love the 1%, tweaking things, tweaking the dials of how do you get that success so it comes naturally, how it grows organically. But if you're not thinking also on the visionary level of how could I 10x things, asking those questions, how could I leapfrog ahead? How could I really double, triple, 10x things versus just the 1% growth? You're not seeing things from both sides. Okay, so what this really highlights with this sort of leapfrog question is it's a way to obliterate blind spots. Because what happens is blind spots is those things that are right in front of your face. The success that you want, the opportunity, the answer you need, the law of attraction, that shit is right there. And when you ask a different question, it just blows that shit up. And so it's interesting for me being in LA. This is one of those things where it's been on my radar. My girlfriend had job opportunities here for a while. And it wasn't until I came here that it was like, slap me in the face of like, this is what I need to be doing. Just the opportunities from a collaboration standpoint, just the competition, the ability to set up a crazy vlog setup like this and have somebody else doing it a block away. All the Instagrammable locations, you know, palm trees, it's just beautiful. And everything like that. So, and then just like I said, having other entrepreneurs on the same wavelength, it really is, I already know, leading to a leapfrog moment. And so once I started leaning into that, once that thing that was so obvious just like hit me in the face, slapped me in the face, and I started talking to people about it, it was just amazing how quickly people were like, hey, I want to work with you, or hey, like let's jump on my podcast, or hey, you know, I got some opportunities where you can do this joint venture with a friend of mine, things like that. And it was just like, but like I said, even outside of the entrepreneurship side of things, even if you're in the corporate world, it's one of those things I see too often. People, what they're doing is they're just like, okay, how do I get that raise? How do I get, like, tell my boss so I can kind of get that 5% instead of the 3% raise? And if you look at the most successful people in the corporate world, what they're doing is every year or two, they're shifting to a new job. They're looking at it almost like an entrepreneur, and that's how you leapfrog fast. All right, so I came out here completely unprepared, don't have sunglasses, wearing a sweatshirt as it's starting to get to be about 75 degrees. I need to go get some lunch before heading off to the airport. But just one final thing I want to say. A lot of times if you're having those issues becoming the visionary, it's because you're getting sucked down by the critical mind. And so what you want to do is really detach that sort of like, what red flags are going on here? Like, how am I going to make this happen? Just completely disconnect that and focus on the vision. Think about, okay, how can I get as outside of the box as possible? How can I say, okay, what if I moved to LA? Or what if I moved to Krakow, Poland? Or what if I just quit my job and went and did this for 6 months, or I did this for a year? Or what if I just, you know, sent off an email or reached out to someone, or I sent off a PM and really stepped outside of my comfort zone that way, doing the thing that's the scariest, leaning into that edge. And like I said, don't even think about how would I do that? How would I write the email? What would I say? How would I script it out? Just start off and just think completely outside the box and put little things all over the place and write it all down, script it all out, and then go in and say, okay, how am I gonna actually make this happen? And a lot of times, like I said, that's what obliterates that blind spot, and you start asking creative new questions in a different way, and that is what leads to the ultimate leapfrogging your success.